is frequently right, so Terrill's speech today was the ruler and his 3 children. His goal was to present a moral story and give us an ending that would, again, teach us another moral idea. His opening was wonderful. It started with the once upon a time, but then twisted that around and said, isn't that a great way to start a story? So that we knew it wasn't going to be just a strict fairy tale. He then went on to describe the kingdom, this island rising out of a crystal sea with a castle at the top, and the farm and the pets. Got a little confused about the dog there, but I think that was okay. And then he described the 3 sons. One was tall, one was wide and strong, and one was caring, is how I would summarize that. His vocal variety talked about the horse's hooves, which is a sound I couldn't even reproduce if I tried. And that got our attention and certainly created the visual of them riding away on their horses. And then that jumped up in protest. That put his whole body into that. And you could just see that son jumping up in protest. So, because it's Terrill, I was looking for things that could be improved upon, because Terrill's our most senior Toastmaster here, not in age, but in experience. And so the first thing that I noticed was the ruler and his children. And I didn't think that was a very exciting title. The King and His Heirs, or the Keys to the Kingdom, or something would have gotten my attention a little better. And then the idea of the rats strictly forbidden. Even yesterday when I read it, because one of the assignments is for the evaluator to read the story in advance, I read about rats being strictly forbidden, and when I got to the part about the youngest son and the bricks, I thought, oh, there's going to be rats here. But there never were any rats in the story, which maybe was part of the twist, but I thought it was confusing. And then the last thing is small, but I thought that as you described the sons, what they were at the end when you described the sons, it would have been nice to tie back to the tall son, or the sturdy and the shorter son, or the caring son, so that again the character carried through and you realized more. Although you emphasized that the eldest one was the first to jump on. I thought you paid a lot of attention to the eldest, which makes me think that you might be an eldest. And I am too. Yeah. Okay. And then for the conclusion was great. The twist of the story. Never would have guessed that it was the youngest that would wind up ruling the kingdom. Not because he saw massive problems in the kingdom, not because he traveled so far, but because he saw a problem. The castle wall was falling apart, and he started on a solution. So anyone can find a problem. And what this story illustrates to us is that leadership shows when you find somebody who's looking for a solution. Terrill, I look forward to hearing more of your speeches and more loud noises and hoarse quotes. With that, I will turn it back over to our general evaluator, whoever that is.